a #1 contenders tournament to figure out who's going to fight Ricochet for the Speed Championship? All right, but we just got done with a 8-man tournament to declare Ricochet as the tournament champion and the Speed champion. That's okay though. When it comes to WWE Speed, I'm only investing a couple minutes into checking it out live on Twitter X. I'm your host, Bryan, the Hype Ballard. Let's get in and see what's going on with this #1 contender tournament on WWE Speed. So as you can see here, we've got the layout. We've got Apollo Crews versus Ivar in the first match. And then we got Tyler Bate versus Berto in the second. Those two winners of those matches will meet up in the semifinals, and the winner will take on Ricochet in the Speed Championship. Well, let's look at Ivar versus Apollo Crews. Classic big man versus technique versus a little bit of speed. Well, the two exchange blows, and Ivar has Apollo in the corner, landing elbows, and lands 9 of them to be exact. Irish whip sends Crews to the other corner. He grabs the top rope, leapfrogs over Ivar, charges in the corner. Apollo uses the momentum to hit the ropes and immediately picked up by Ivar, slammed into the mat for a 1 and a 2. Both men are up, and Ivar clotheslines Apollo into the corner, which causes him to basically just do a sit. Ivar goes for a running Bronco Buster, and then Crews dodges, causing Ivar to falter on that move, and Crews follows up with a German suplex on the big man. Good strength there by Crews. And continues with a standing moonsault for a 1 and a 2 count. Both men are up, and Ivar goes for a dive through the ropes, missing Crews and landing on the outside. Apollo follows up with a moonsault off the apron, hits it on the outside. Ivar back in the ring, enters with a crossbody and a top rope count for a 2 count for Ivar. Apollo Crews charges Ivar in the corner and is met with a falling senton. Ivar up top on the top rope and hits the doom salt for the 1, the 2, and the 3 at the exact 2-minute mark of WWE Speed's tournament. Post-match, Ivar gets right into the cameraman's face, and he says the Speed Championship just isn't for the weak, it's for the thick. All right, Ricochet, I'm coming for you. Not a bad little match. I enjoyed the power match, and I think that Ivar taking the lead on this one definitely makes the right move. Let's go to the next match in this little tournament. We get Tyler Bate versus simply Berto, also known as Humberto, but I guess we had to shorten his name up a little bit. We start the match with Tyler Bate going for a quick couple of pins, and then we get a headlock leading into the running ropes, and then Bate hit a rolling flip between the ropes on the outside. Both men enter in the ring, a Hurricane Rana for a 2 count. Berto with a power bomb, 1, 2. Berto still in control for a momentum. And then Bate gets an airplane spin and spins him in the round about 10 times. Into a slam, follows up with another 1 and a 2. And then ultimately, he goes up top for a moonsault. It's countered with a big boot. There's 15 seconds left on the clock. Are we going to have our first ever draw in WWE Speed? No. Berto has Bate on his shoulders. He counters with a victory roll. Bate gets the pin, the 1, the 2, and the 3 with 6 seconds left on the clock. So there you have it, guys. We've got Ivar moving ahead in the tournament to take on Tyler Bate in the semifinals. And the winner will get a championship match out of Ricochet on WWE Speed. Both fun little matches, one power versus technique, and the other speed versus speed, if you will. But ultimately, let's get to our final thoughts overall. We just came out of a speed tournament for 8 men, and I guess that's just how WWE Speed is going to operate on a tournament basis. You got to establish a #1 contender some way, and every week can't be a championship match. So, or can it? Ultimately, I think in the future we can have a speed special where we get multiple matches on a day even. And maybe we get like a gauntlet match where it releases like 3 different matches throughout the day to keep you on Twitter X and keep you going. By the way, you want to follow me on Twitter X, it's at the Bryan Adkins. We can get there and talk a little bit more about this kind of stuff. Or hit me up in the comments down below. That's cool too. Ultimately, I can see gauntlet matches. I can see other kinds of matches. Let me know what you guys think. And who would make an ideal championship competitor against Ricochet? And is it going to be Ivar or is it going to be Berto this time around? But either way, I don't see either of them dethroning the inaugural champion. And that is Ricochet, handpicked. And the Speed Championship belt design, we see a little bit of a better picture here of it lately. And I didn't realize that it had a little speed meter right there in it. I mean, I noticed it, but I didn't really notice how prominent it was. And I can't help but just kind of wonder about it. It is what it is, and it's not a bad little fun design. But I'm going to go ahead and speed on out of here, and I'll see you guys around. Thanks again. I'm out.